Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, first things first this week, folks. How come none of you emailed me to say that the audio was so poor in the last two Pick 5s? Which is a joke, because almost 20 people emailed me. I could not believe it. It was nuts, and I'm sorry. The problem is this stupid piece of SHIT, and I'm a dad, so I spell swear words. I hate this thing. It's stupid. We moved into this new building, and a buddy of mine said, oh, you got to get this little speaker thing. Every single day, it turns on and off and on and off. It has a mind of its own. It's wild. And when you least expect it, it turns on. And then it records the audio through here. And then your Pick 5 sucks. I didn't think it was terrible. And the responses I got, oh my God, I had a buddy of mine who's out in Vancouver, and he emailed. He was like, hello, friend, how are you? Our time's tough. Can I interest you in a used microphone? Slightly used, gently loved, but very, very accurate with sound. Yes, and then I actually got, this is funny, I emailed back a person. So I emailed back almost everybody that writes me, except you've been doing this as long as I have. I literally will have people that will email me, be like, hey, David, so we bought a place and it's at this address and we really love it, but we're wondering. And it's like, but do I run a public service? Like, seriously, I love helping people, but I'll literally have people email me with things like that. They're like, yeah, our agent's great. You know, he speaks very highly of you. We were wondering. And I'm like, you're not my client. You're under contract to somebody else. So anyways, yes, I try to answer all the emails except ones like that. But I had somebody that emailed me, same thing. This sounds bad, blah, blah, blah. And I wrote back, I was like, hey, man, yeah, I totally get it. It's a microphone. I'll explain it in this week. And then he wrote back and he said, wow, you always joke in your blogs about how you have no life, but you're emailing me at 9:15 on a Saturday night, no life confirmed. Smiley face. Thank you. Like, I think that was like nice. That was like a gentle nudge. Anyways, yes. So the audio, I'm gonna go throw this in the parking lot. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm so busy, I literally can't do anything. I want to get a new one. All I have to do is order it on Amazon. But if you're like me, kids, wife, house, business, like seriously, I finally screwed in the toilet paper thing the other day, and I was like, hey babe, she's like, yeah, that took 4 months. I don't have time for anything. I need a new hose reel. Ours is leaking. Life's busy, guys. It really is. But wanted to get this out today. I think this is a cool one. I really do. So I don't know what we named it yet. I think it's going to be condos where you'd least expect them, something like that. But that opens the door to a lot of jokes, like, I don't know, in a tree or on the moon. A lot of these are kind of mid-rise. A lot of them are low-rise, boutique. We've done that before. But what I find nowadays in the city is that there are a lot of these really small projects. And on the side, I do land assemblies, right? Putting one together now for what I think could be 2 towers of 60 stories. Okay, these guys, they don't want anything small. These guys are big developers. There are developers that are small developers. They work on boutique and niche, and they're very expensive. So if you're a buyer and you're looking at one of these, you're like, I can't believe they're asking $1,300 a foot or whatever. You know how tough it is to turn a profit buying a tiny little sliver of land? Like, pick a corner where there's a parking lot, right? Like, my mind's eye, I'm thinking Queen and Leslie or Queen and something. There was this little lot, and I said, that's going to be a little condo one day. I know it is. And it is. And so some of these today we're going to see. But it's like, if you're building a 5-story condo, it is so hard to actually turn a profit on that. I don't know why people do it. Now, the end result, it's one of those tiny little red spiders here. I don't have a heart to kill it. God, I'm soft. The end result is obviously being distracted by this little red spider, because Pick 5 is totally uncut, as we know. Still a man. Oh my God, it's still alive. It deserves to live. So I don't know what I was saying there. The end result I was going to say is that they're beautiful little spots. And I think for a lot of people that want to get into the condo market, they are intimidated by the idea of being in a 50-story tower, elevators, especially during a pandemic, just massive underground parking. They look for little things like these buildings. So whether they're the small buildings we're looking at today or whether the focus, which I wanted it to be, are where you least expect them, I think some of these locations are just really cool. You expect to see high-rise condos downtown. You expect on main streets. You wouldn't be surprised to say, oh, there's a new development going up on where? on Wellesley, on Carlton, on Jarvis. But what about some of these little streets? What about these spots where you just really wouldn't expect there to be a condo, whether it's a 4-story or an 8-story? That is what I want to look at today. Okay, so let's go to the map here, guys. I hope the audio is working. Okay, so pretty good little spread, right? We've got one over here in Leslieville, and you're going to be like, why would I not expect one to be in Leslieville? Hold on to that thought. You got a couple down here in this area, right? This is where I find a lot of these little projects. One of them's called the It Lofts. I did a blog, a video about that years ago saying it was a stupid name. Then you've got one up here and one up on St. Clair. You just wouldn't expect to see condos in and around there. So let's take a look at the first one. I've probably done a pick 5 on this before. I just like this building. This is 246 Logan. So where's 246 Logan? Okay, it's on Logan, first of all, yeah, but it's right at Queen. The location could not be better. Logan and Queen, close to Jimmy Simpson, all the amazing infrastructure here in Leslieville. You're, 2 blocks from Carlaw, which is kind of the nucleus, if you will. It's kind of like divides Leslieville right down the middle. And ignore Google Maps, they don't know what they're talking about. But Leslieville running essentially from, well, that's, you want to call that Riverside, fine. Some Broadview all the way to Leslie, let's say. Or you don't want to tell people over in Hills that they don't live in Leslieville. But this is right in the middle. And you've got all the infrastructure along Carlaw. That's kind of where the Shoppers Drug Mart is. But whatever you're into along Queen Street, you're going to find it. So the unit itself, let's go to that first, okay? That's the building, right? It's a beautiful building. I love the look of this. And this is, yes, this is boutique, this is low rise, this is mid rise, this is whatever you want to call it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why don't I just look at my notes? We have 6 stories. This is only 59 units. And it's built in 2019. So the other thing that I've noticed here, and the other thing I wanted to talk about, is that these are all new projects for the most part. So see this right here? This is the original facade. This brick, this architecture, this detail, this here dates back to, I would guess, early 1900s, late 1800s. And so they kept the facade. And I think that's cool. I'm not a NIMBY. I'm not an anti-development. And aside here, it'll probably be the only tangent I go off on today. There's a property, I'll just say, because my colleague's got the lead on it. He bought this 50-foot lot by 175 in Midtown. It's going to tear it down and build 2 houses. And the neighbors and the city councilor fought him on it, and he's not allowed to. So it's like, but why? You have this derelict, stupid cottage. It serves no purpose. And it's like, but we need to preserve the history. Why? It's infested with rats. Not like, I'm not pretending it is. There's literally a rat infestation. So the neighbors, this is amazing. The neighbors who are fighting the development, tear this down, build 2 beautiful houses. Great, everyone's happy. More taxes for the city, great neighbors. No, we don't want you to build on it. So then what happens? They're infested with rats. Oh, that house is infested with rats. Someone needs to do something. You're standing in the way of someone actually do something, building 2 new houses. So I believe in preserving some of the history, but not to the detriment of the growth of Toronto, and just the detriment in general. Like, why do you need some original rat infested house? And if you clean it, and then somebody's got to do something. Okay, so it's a $3 million piece of land. So let's clean it up, and then what do you want to do with it? Do you want to turn it into a park? Should the city buy it? Is that the solution? The government? So here you have a great example of keeping and preserving some of the history while moving the city forward. And we have this beautiful piece right here, which of course has a Starbucks in it, and then you've built a condo around it. So this is not a huge unit, okay? This is 549.9. It's about a 500 square foot unit. Nice little outdoor space, right? Not staged. Furniture's not really conducive to, I'm sorry, but when I see towels hanging here, you have not staged it. I stage everything I have. Absolutely everything. I don't like your couch. I don't like your bed. I don't like your tchotchkes. I don't like any of it. I want it all gone. Seriously, this piece is way too big. Get that out of here. Jack Armstrong would say, get that garbage out of here. I don't watch basketball. So how do I know that? So amazing space. Does not show as well as a staged unit, or if I was listing this, but you get the idea, right? 500 plus square feet. They're asking 550, and they do have an offer date. So it'll be interesting. So it's still a newer building, right? 2019, I think. And again, you can call this a bedroom if you want to. Yeah, okay, you're missing a sliding door, it's too open or whatever, right? Not staged. Oh, it's tenanted. Okay, so I take back what I might have said about, this doesn't show as well. So there's no view to speak of, right? But you do have an outdoor space. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a killer view, or would you rather have an outdoor space? Especially in a pandemic, it's nice to be able to go outside. So there you go. I think this is so cool. I love this location. I really like this building. As mentioned, this is 6 stories, 59 units, built in 2019. They have an offer date for Wednesday, June the 2nd. I don't know how this thing's going to do. I think it's already priced at what, close to 1,000 a foot. So you can see here, it's never been offered for sale, rental property, right? So it's getting 2,000. That was of last year. It's not bad, but look at the turnover, right? They leased it and then they immediately released it. So tenants don't stay that long. I like this thing. I don't know if I'd go to $600,000 for this, but the location's absolutely amazing. So for those people that really truly do not want to be in a high rise, I think this is very cool. Okay, well, let's move on to 270 Rushton. Rushton, there's condos on Rushton? Rushton and St. Clair? No, couldn't be. But yes, there are. So as you drive along St. Clair, and I do this all the time, you always think, okay, it's a major street, right? Obviously, the city has ruined it with the ridiculous streetcar. I hate streetcars. They should all be buses. Why do we have streetcars? Because they're quaint? No, they're so stupid. I don't understand. Going downtown, I said I wouldn't go off on another tangent, but I'm going to. Going downtown, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Okay? See this line right here? Okay, this is 2 lanes of traffic. Okay? There's a streetcar here. Wouldn't it be great if cars could go by here? Oh no, we can't, because people are walking through a lane of traffic to get onto the streetcar. I've never understood that. I've never understood why we do this as a city. Why don't you have buses? You can make them clean energy and hybrid, and then the buses can pull over so cars can get around. Oh, you don't want to do that? You just want to shut down King Street for a pilot project, which we all know will become permanent. And I don't remember that announcement when they made it permanent. Oh, because they didn't have one. Anyways, St. Clair, I feel bad for business owners. I mean, look, I would have been in favor of a subway. I would have spent billions of dollars on a subway. They should have made a subway, but they made this stupid streetcar. Anyways, so point being, every time I'm driving by here, I look, and there's another building under construction. And I think it's great because it's a booming area. People love it. You've got Witchwood. Excuse me. You've got Witchwood. Let me zoom out here, okay? This says Humewood, but like Witchwood in here, Humewood, you've got St. Clair West, Northcliffe Village, all the way into Corso Italia. Like, you can be doing little condo developments like this all the way up here. As I said, it's very hard for developers to make money, but there's demand. People want to live here. So this building was finished in 2012. Could have fooled me, honestly. Now this is a 9-story, okay? This is the fun part, okay? 9 stories, right? Look how small this thing is. Look how quaint it is. 9 stories. Guess how many units? Only 27. 27 units. Yeah, tiny little condo. And again, sound like a broken record. Do you know how tough it is for developers to make money on this? So you can see the background here. Yep, nice little newer condo happening over there. So what we've got here, a little bit dated as you can tell. The colors don't help, right? This doesn't help. This doesn't help. This peach color doesn't help. The floor is too light. It's a great space. It's just not painted and staged. Massive open concept space, right? This is a 700 plus square foot 1-bed, 1-bath, which is amazing because you never see oversized 1-bed, 1-baths, right? I've got all these listings down at Lisgar right now, 412, 406 square feet for 1 bedrooms. They're tiny. This is so hard to find. So I love the open concept kitchen. It's got the island. We can put some bar stools there and we can have a real dining room, right? Ignore the red, ignore the peach. You've got a corner unit. You've got floor to ceiling windows. You've got lots of glass. You've got this painting of a guy. Is that like a little hand dog? I have a hand dog, so I shouldn't talk. Oh, we have a lot of paintings. Maybe the person's a painter. I can see outside. I can see trees. Look at that. I can see trees. I can see treetops out here. I like it. I like it. And then you've got a... Oh. 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 I know the agent. Anyways, I don't like the staging. I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry. That was weird. But if you know me, you got everything I said, even though I wasn't saying anything. Okay, so it's vacant. They should just got rid of all the stuff and painted it and staged it. $599.99 for this. No parking. Very high fees. Check this out. Serenity Now. The first thing they've said is offers anytime. Wow. Wow. It's a great space. It just looks so odd. So check this out, guys. They bought it for $569 in 2019. Okay, they listed a couple weeks ago for $630, didn't sell. Now it's $599.99. What a deal! Imagine buying something. Let's say you got this for $560. It just came out today, but they're probably gonna want $599.99. Let's say you bought something and you paid the same price that someone paid 2 years ago in today's real estate market. That's pretty good. So what does that mean? Does that mean that someone overpaid 2 years ago, or does that mean that we are underpaying today? Right? So I think it's an awesome layout. I really do, right? This is all open concept. The HVAC here, not ideal. 727 square feet. Wow. Bedroom has a very small window. That's the only rub on this. So I love this unit. I think it's awesome. I think this is one of the last places you'd expect to find a condo like this. Now, speaking of places you would not expect to find a condo, how about on Osler Street? Where's Osler Street? Oh, hello. Oh, weren't we just talking about that? Yes, we were. Look how proud I am of myself. Okay, I was just saying you could build condos all along St. Clair, blah, 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 blah. And we did. This is so cool. This is a new building, okay? This was finished in 2020, 6 stories, 72 units. Now they don't have, let me pull it up here. They don't have oh, there it is. Let's say they don't have a photo of the building. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is so cool. I love little buildings like this. People say, I don't want to be on the 60th story. I don't want to walk through the lobby and see a guy with packages stacked to the ceiling and like 15 different pizza delivery man or Uber or whatever it is. I want this small little spot. But I also don't want to be right downtown. I want to be like somewhere, that reminds me of where I grew up or surrounded by houses. This is what I'm talking about. Condos in areas you would not expect to find them. And 385 Osler is exactly that. So we are, right? We are on St. Clair. But the address is on Osler, just like the one with Rush Home, of course. So they've given us a non-St. Clair address, which I think is pretty cool. I think it kind of helps. And this unit's awesome. So they do have a holdback on offers, okay? Friday, June 4th. I really like this unit because of this terrace. Now let's go through it together. 1 bed, plus den, 1 bath, has the terrace, has parking, has locker. It's going to be expensive. Oh, photos suck of this one too. I'm just warning you. Nice outdoor space, right? We're not staring at another building. We're open air. And then inside, yeah, okay, the photos are rough, right? I don't know who took these. I probably do. But, you're not seeing a big dining area here. That's the one thing I would say, right? Realistically, you've got a desk in here. You're going to put a dining room table in there. Faux show. But nice, sleek, new, 9-foot ceiling, great layout. Again, this door screws up the idea of having a dining room table there. I don't know, maybe you could put a little one there. It'd be kind of weird. There you go. Realistically, you're putting a dining room in there, right? As long as it's not adjacent to the bathroom, which it's not. Yeah. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. And there you go. Yeah, great outdoor space, right? Got your barbecue, got a gas line, and then you've got an outdoor storage thing. I would have killed for this when I was living at the condo. You know what it was like, man? Honestly, God, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. I say that in a nice way. I just like, not that there's any less work with the house now, but I was constantly cleaning outside. Do you know what it's like every year to have to bring up 40 bags of soil? Where does the soil go anyways? It just gets denser every year. 40 bags of soil. My trees died. I got to get new trees. I once had Bradford greenhouses deliver 14 like blue spruce trees, like not expensive. These are like $180 each. And the guy pulls up and he's like on a flatbed and he's got a dart hanging out. He's like an old guy with like the dart that's stuck to their lip. And he's like telling me how he hasn't been in downtown Toronto in 20 years and things like that. And then we had to bring all these trees up there and then I had to plant them. I got a couple of my old baseball kids. It was just a lot of work. But isn't it worthwhile? That's what I love about these outdoor terraces. Oh, we put Trex decking down. It was just so much work. I think what it is right now is I'm old and tired. And so the idea of doing that now, it's just the time. Where's the time with 2 kids? Honestly, that was before we had kids. So anyways, you could do a huge number out here. Again, I would put decking down here, but my God, like they got lights strung out. They've got the gas line. It's freaking beautiful. I love this. I really do. Such a cool unit, right? Yeah, you don't have the most privacy, but you've got that outdoor space, man. That is fantastic. Really is. That's cool. I don't know if they had to go up to the neighbor's place and be like, hey, can I come in and take a photo? That's awesome. Okay, so I still think the photos suck. 100% they suck. And, there's no doubt whether or not that's going to cost them. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. There you go. Okay, very cool, right? Would you ever expect to find a condo there? No, probably not. Okay, let's move on. 138 St. Helens. 138 St. Helens. Well, we know there's a condo in St. Helens, right? Right? It's that old loft conversion. So it's not like we don't think St. Helens and maybe think condos. But this building, I would not expect to find here, right? Across from the playground. Let's zoom out a little bit. Walking distance to Bloor. What's happening here? Oh, it's a brand new building that I've actually never been in. It's called, oh damn, Hold on one sec. This one is called Scoop. Yeah. Scoop. Scoop condo. Named after those little Tostitos things, which I don't care for. I don't need a little Tostitos bowl made of salsa. I want to dip the damn chip, you know? I want to scoop it. Okay, so that was Scoop. This doesn't have a name, but this is 138 St. Helens, and this unit's very cool. 2-bed plus one bath. Why waste the space on a second bathroom, right? And $799, okay? No holdback on offers. They want 24 hours. This is a penthouse. This is a really cool unit. So for those of you that like the design of buildings, personally, I don't care. I think there are a lot of architecture fanatics, most of whom don't know anything about architecture. They just like to say architecture, and they say it like that, right? If you're at a dinner party, not in COVID, they'd be like, I'm at 138 St. Helens. Brilliant architecture. Brilliant, right? If you're not British, I'm sorry, you can't use that unless you're talking about intelligence. You can't say brilliant. Brilliant architecture. Actually, no, because that could be smart. But if you said something's really nice, like this pen. Oh, I love this pen. Brilliant. No, not unless you're British, like my nieces who are Canadian, but now in Britain. Anyways, so brilliant architecture. Yes, it's pretty cool. The zigzaggy, the zebra. I think there's a lot of people that are just going to like that. So you get into the unit, and again, it's new, it's modern, it's sleek. This was built in 2020. We have a faux brick wall. I don't like, someone used the word lichen the other day, living and kitchen. I'd never heard that. But I'm kind of missing an island situation here, right? So this is pretty tight. It's a 2-person love seat, and then there's nothing really happening here. It's a 2-bedroom. There's a lot of windows, so there's a lot to like about this, right? But look how the brilliant design, it kind of impacts, like you have a triangle terrace. There's nothing you're really doing out there. Yeah, right? Where's your dining? That's your dining? Where's your kitchen? This is your couch. Where's your TV? This is your couch. You have no TV because, yeah. I said I like this unit. To be honest, I don't anymore. Changed my mind pretty quick, right? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that's in the front. That's clever. I'll get you the floor plan after. Yeah, so that's the like literally the den in the front. So that's what I was saying about the other one. I said, I can't remember which one this was here, guys. I think it was Logan, actually. I was saying you would put the dining room table in the front, but this is a little different. This is like literally right next to the door, and it's not adjacent to the kitchen. So bedroom's a big size. You've got a walk-in. You've got a nice big window, right? Both really good bedrooms. But again, when you look at the brilliant design, that's your window. You suffer because someone wanted to make a really cool building with a zigzag, right? And then you're like, cool. I have a I screwed that up. I have a parallelogram. It's a bit of a tongue twister. I have a parallelogram for a window. Okay, another parallelogram. That's a tough word to say. There you go. So you can see this 2-piece here and this 4-piece back there. So I changed my mind. I don't like this anymore. Brilliant design actually made it extremely non-functional. But again, right? That was a joke. I wasn't afraid of that dog. Can you see that if I move this down? Check out this dog. Very neat. Why would anyone have that? So again, right, location you would not expect to find a condo. I think for a lot of people, that's really creepy, that dog. I think for a lot of people, the attractiveness of this area is that there just aren't a lot of residential spaces. For others, you're like, okay, it feels a bit industrial. So still a bit up and coming, right? This one day I'm sure will be turned into some sort of cool loft. And we do have one more. There's a lot of photos in here. Let's go through these. Okay, it's a good building, right? Yeah, brilliant design. Brilliant. Communal space. These photos suck too, right? This is what I mean, right? Your parallelogram windows. Okay, one more, guys, because it's on Rush Home, and I think this unit is pretty cool. So let's go to the map here. Where on Rush Home? Oh, okay, it's on College. It's on College. What was I saying earlier? Well, you'd expect to see, that kind of development on College. Right, but this is College in Dufferin. So if we're going to talk about right here, yes, there's a 70-story tower going up. Yeah, I don't know, that makes perfect sense. But if you were to say, where would I not expect to find a condo? In this area here, it's dominated by freehold, right? And if you live in this area, you got a friend here, they probably live in, like a walk-up, right? They rent a 2-bed, 1-bath with a friend or something, and it's like the main floor of a house. But as with St. Clair, we're seeing a lot of these little developments built on College, and this one actually is a bit, 2017, okay. Bit bigger, 7 stories, 56 units. But again, can I just go? I want to see the outside of the building, right? Ta-da! Right? Looks a lot like the Logan one I showed you earlier. It looks a lot like the Osler one that I showed you earlier. I just think these are so cool for people that don't want to be in the bigger buildings. This is a better layout, okay? Our couch here is actually facing, what do we do when we sit on a couch a lot of time? Right, we watch TV, okay? So in the one I just showed you, their couch was facing the sliding glass door. So I like this a lot more. Now this is a 1-bed, 2-bath, and this is listed at $800,000 for 758 square feet. So it's not cheap, but it's a better layout. Oh, hello, we have actual dining space. Great. Now it's a long unit, and you've got a lot of glass, a lot of natural light. I really like it. I love the black frames outside. I like the black and white. It's very clean, higher ceilings, right? Some people might be like, oh, the kitchen's a little bit of a walkthrough, right? Like they've got bar stools here and a pillar behind you. At least the pillar's kind of hidden, okay? So look at this. Look, a wall of windows. That's so cool. Gas stove, right? I don't know about the price. I mean, they're still holding back offers. Holy shit. 800. What are you priced at? 800 divided by 758. Yeah, okay, you're 1055 a square holding back. I think the market, guys, is changing a little bit in terms of how we sell real estate. I think that to hold back offers on condos, maybe this one because it's kind of a special offering, but there's a lot of stuff where, and I'm still doing it because the built-in plan B is, you can always relist. I leave it up to the client, but listing low, holding back, I don't know how long that's going to last for. I also don't know how I feel about this kind of birch effect here. Walk-in closet, again, windows, natural light, they're just beautiful. It's really nicely upgraded, so I can see they probably blew their brains out on finishes here. So, I mean, yeah, I really like it. Again, never been offered for sale before, right? So this is the first time this thing's been up. So awesome locations, got a little outdoor space. Look what they've said. 7-story boutique 7-story offering. Everything but cookie cutter. More like a sundae with the cherry on top. I actually went to high school with these guys. Probably haven't seen them since then. Not a bad write-up. It's no Alex Broad, but it's or Ralph. Who are the other ones? Corey and Ralph. Known for their write-ups and the staging. I was looking at one of their units today, and it's like literally like you're not even looking at the condo. You're looking at like the art books and the plants, and it's like if I wasn't a real estate agent, I would totally be lured in by that. Then the worst part is when you buy it and you walk in and it's completely empty. You're like, what? This is what I bought? I bought this? Because you're actually buying a fantasy. But that's what makes people like that really good agents, is that they're selling that fantasy. Anyways, wow, holy crap, we're done. I hope the audio worked. Anyways, guys, the moral of the story here is that we are going to see massive increases in density over the next, forever, basically. But not all of them are going to be 70-story towers. So I think along Yonge Street, everything, all these little shops where you used to go back in the day to buy like a movie poster or, dime bags or whatever, because a lot of that stuff happening, those are all going to be 70 stories. But as you move along, something like a St. Clair or something like a Queen Street in Leslieville or like a college, you're going to see these little buildings. And they're all in areas where you just might not expect to find a condo. They also happen to be boutique-y. They are cool. Some of them are brilliant design, but they are certainly different. Anyways, guys, that is it for me for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next week.